All right, hello everyone. It's Kinninigan. Happy Palm Sunday. I'm getting very upset at Zionists, and I'm not going to keep my mouth shut about it. If you did not hear, Israel prevented Catholic clergy from going and performing Mass at the Church of the Sepulchre, otherwise known as the Church of the Resurrection, in Jerusalem. This is the site where Jesus Christ was crucified at Golgotha, obviously 2026 years ago. And the excuses are, I'm not buying. First of all, Israel is saying they prevented the Catholic Mass because of safety, which is bullshit. This is coming from the regime that blew up the barracks in Beirut with Marines in it. This is the regime that blew up the USS Liberty. This is the regime that blew up the Twin Towers. All of a sudden, they give a shit about the safety of Christians. Yeah. Secondly, Zionists usually would allow something like that to happen because if, God forbid, something was to happen at the church on a holy day like this, they would try to do that, use it to get Christians and Catholics specifically on their side for a reason that we need to, go after Iran and invade them, which is bullshit. The reason they barred this from happening today has nothing to do with the safety of Christians. Yeah, Christians, yeah, like Israel really looks out for the safety of Christians in the Holy Land. Yeah, that's bullshit. Now, the reason that they canceled this is because they absolutely despise Jesus, and it's because this is a mass. If you did not know, today marks the day that Jesus actually goes into Jerusalem, which starts leading to the events of his crucifixion, which will be going on for the next 2 weeks until we hit Easter, and that would be the day when he resurrects, obviously. And this is why. But they have no problem taking tax money from Catholics. They have no problem with Catholics sending the Marine sons and daughters to Iran to die for this regime. I'm sick of this. I made a video earlier about parasites, and I'm about to make another video about how much parasites Zionists are, besides how full of shit they are. And now they're in damage control again. They're in damage control with Catholics right now and the Vatican because nobody's buying this excuse. Oh, it's because. And first, secondly, I highly doubt Iran would bomb that church. There are 2 billion Catholics on planet Earth. I don't think Iran really has a problem with Catholics. No, they have a problem with Zionists. We all know that. If anyone should be taking over the Holy Land, I think it should be Catholics. We, Maybe we should kick all the Zionists out and take over the Holy Land ourselves. Yeah, so I'll pin this as the top comment. And this is disgusting. And guess who's trying to defend them? Our Zionist piece of shit ambassador Mike Huckabee. Oh yeah, the one he claims he's Christian. Yeah, yeah, you whatever. Um, yeah, the Italian government condemned this. Of course they did. And it's again, this is the church where Golgotha is and the tomb of Jesus Christ. That was the real reason they didn't want Catholic Mass being performed at this. This had everything to do with how much they despise Jesus. And they act like they don't believe Jesus was the Son of God or he wasn't important. Bullshit. Because they sure do go out of their way to do anything for people from worshiping and observing Jesus. If I was a Catholic in the U.S. military right now, after hearing this news, I would disobey my orders and tell them to go screw myself. Go ahead, put me in Fort Leavenworth for going AWOL. I'm not fighting for Israel. I'm not fighting for a regime that basically didn't allow Catholics to hold Mass in one of the holiest sites in our religion. This is disgusting. And then Israel's going to sit there wondering why they're losing so much support around the world with everyone. And by the way, if you did not know, a Catholic church in Gaza was bombed last year by the IDF. Pope Leo called Netanyahu, and Netanyahu tried to tell him that it was an accident. They didn't mean to bomb the only Catholic church in Gaza. I believe the priest was actually killed in that bombing also, along with some of the clergy. But they have no problem taking our Catholic tax money or Catholics sending their sons and daughters to Iran for them. Anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. I hope everyone else is having a good day. I'm not. Anyway, if you could support this man, oh, I think I need cigarettes probably. Probably, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I saw this news and this is, yeah, these people are something. Yeah, because logically, when the Zionists, you'd think that even if, God forbid, something did happen today, that they would use that to their advantage to maybe get people on their side for the war against Iran. Because this, yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it? No, this is because despite how much they need help with their war with Iran, they hate Jesus more than anyone. And that's the truth. And they hate Christians more than anyone. But they have no problem. What do you think Christian Zionism is? That's trying to get real Christians away from their true faith to become Zionists for them, like Mike Huckabee and Ted Cruz and all the other, and Lindsey Graham, the little soy boy. Yeah, this is a very sacred day for Christians, and in our opinion, there's no justification for such a decision or an action. Absolutely. Stay the hell out of our religion and mind your business. That's what I would tell Israel. Uh, and they wonder why Catholics don't like them. Yeah, Pope Leo, the Vatican did not comment immediately. I'm sure they will. I guess Netanyahu is going to be getting another phone call from Pope Leo again. Yeah, and I even doubt that Iran would even try to aim for this church on purpose. Yeah, Prime Minister Giorgio Meloni from Italy condemned Israel. She said it constituted an offense not only against believers but against every community that recognizes religious freedom. Oh yeah, and Italy refused to participate in the war with Iran also. So yeah, yeah, good job, Netanyahu. Good job building up support with Christians and Catholics around the world for your bullshit endeavors in the genocide. Um, we need to cut Israel off permanently. No more money, no more weapons. Go fight your own wars. And Catholics, the Vatican needs to take control of this church because it's our holy site, not theirs. Jesus was crucified there a long time before Israel was set up in 1948. So, anyway, I'll pin this as the top comment. If you are Catholic, yeah, happy Palm Sunday. Except if you're in Jerusalem, then you weren't able to go to Mass today. And I'm pretty damn sure. Are all the rabbis in Israel holding, you know, are they going to the synagogues and temples over there and having their religious practice? I'm sure they are. Oh, we got a bunch of presidents condemning Israel for this one. President Emerald Macron. Yeah, there's a lot of Catholics in France. There are 2 billion Catholics on planet Earth. We outnumber the Zionists by a lot. But then they're going to sit there and beg for everyone around the world to help them with their war with Iran and wonder why nobody wants to help them. God forbid you let a few Catholic clergy hold Mass on Palm Sunday in Jerusalem. Yeah, we know why you kicked them out. I can't stand Zionists anymore. And Zionists are not Jews. That was the point I was making in my video earlier. And quite honestly, I don't think Iran has a problem with Catholics or the Vatican. Anyway, any questions or comments, leave them below. God bless and take care.